Hi, I'm Scott Giles, and welcome to Power Talk, my podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I cover topics related to hypno-coaching, the hypnotic arts and sciences generally, and spirituality. If you'd like to know more about my professional work, check out my website, which I'll tag at the end of this video. Today I want to talk about how to help others in a healthy way, and the fact that doing so is actually a form of self-help if you do it correctly. That's why the title of this podcast is set up like an equation. Helping others equals self-help. If you help others and do it right, it benefits you. If you treat yourself well and do that right, you're also helping others. Let me explain. Now, I was originally trained as a clergy person. Certain professions, such as ministry, teaching, social work, and so on, attract people who want to feel needed. So we train ourselves and enter a helping profession. As part of that training, most practitioners report that they were not encouraged to set good limits with other people. If you worked so many hours that your marriage got in trouble or your relationship got in trouble, that was a sign of how devoted you were. If you rendered yourself sleepless with worry about the issues of your clients, that meant you were a caring person. This sort of over-functioning was routinely praised and rewarded during training. I know it was in my training, and I've heard many tales from colleagues about the same. The problem is that this whole agenda is flawed. If the helping professional is worried about the client senses that, and many of them will decide that if you're worried, they don't have to be. They stop working hard and take the view that it's your job to fix them, and they can just be passive. In actuality, helping professionals are a kind of teacher. We teach our clients how to solve their problems, but they must be responsible to apply what we have taught in order for it to do anything good. Anything else, any other approach, harms the client. And too many helping professionals do more for their clients than they should to their own injury, and the clients realize that we're over functioning. There is the issue of role modeling. Clients carefully observe their chosen helping professional and make a decision about whether or not you are walking your talk. Do you talk about the importance of good nutrition, but you yourself are overweight? Do you pontificate about the value of relaxation when you are as jumpy as heck? Do you recommend setting boundaries and limits with needy people, while the clients themselves discover that they can make you jump at their command every time just by telling you their tale of woe? You see, you really can't be healthy yourself if you don't take good care of yourself. As I often say, and I got this from Dr. Bernie Siegel when I studied with him at his Exceptional Cancer Patients program at Yale, if you're not going to be there for yourself first, you can't be there for others. The image that he used was traveling on an airplane that has lost pressure and the oxygen masks have deployed. Every single pilot and every single flight attendant will tell you to put your mask on first before you try to help anyone else. Because if you don't do that, you could easily pass out yourself. We all need to think through the lessons we teach other people by how we behave ourselves. Or as I tell my own students, if you model a healthy lifestyle, you're helping your clients because they see what you're up to. They can sense your energy. They know if you're walking your talk, and if you're not, they will not really respond. This is true for us all, no matter what you do for a living. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, once emperor of Rome, put it, this is a quote, "Take a good hard look at people's ruling principle, especially the wise, what they run away from and what they seek out." Unquote. You can't not communicate, you see. Everything you do, everything you say, how you say it, and what your body is doing when you say it becomes a living advertisement for your integrity. If you lack internal integrity, you're not going to be able to help anyone very much because others will sense it and they will lose respect. Now, I've been in practice a long time. I've often helped other colleagues as they set up their practices as well. And what I've noticed is that the one thing that determines success more than anything else is that the successful practitioners take good care of themselves, in addition to doing their best with their clients. They charge appropriately. One of the very first signs that someone is not going to make it in a helping profession is they set up their business model so that they're in a hand-to-mouth environment. Hey, it's great to reach out to the less fortunate. It's noble to want to help others who can't afford the help they need, but it's possible to do all of that while still seeing that your own needs are met. For example, in my practice, I do a lot of free work. There are free clinics, podcasts, a blog, social media, and a YouTube presence. No matter what your financial condition, if you want my help, there's a way to get it in some form. But I also maintain a premium level of service, one-on-one consultation for a schedule of fees, and the fees are sufficient to provide me with a decent living. That's a form of self-care. I once talked with a colleague who was operating a practice as a success coach and who was in a bad place himself. He prided himself on his low fees and that he sometimes wouldn't charge people at all. Well, that's really generous. But then he told me what his life was like. And dude, how can you call yourself a success coach when your house is in foreclosure and your car is being repossessed? Even if his clientele wasn't aware of his dire financial straits, his financial condition was affecting his energy, his appearance, and his affect. The clients knew. And what they knew was that he didn't know what he was talking about with this success coaching. His way out was to reformulate his practice so he actually got paid decently and could provide for himself and his family. Then his personal energy and appearance changed, and he became attractive to the people he wanted to help. He was doing better than they were, so they realized he had something to teach them. In order to take care of others, you have to take care of yourself first. Period. Full stop. No fooling. Now, how about your life? You're probably not a helping professional, as most of my viewers are not colleagues, but you've got people in your life you want to help. Kids, Maybe a significant other who's in a rough place. Perhaps a relative who just can't seem to get it together. And you can help these people, but you can't do anything if you yourself are not in a good place. So the first step to helping someone else has to be to look at your own situation and be sure you are content in your own life. As Jesus of Nazareth put it in Matthew chapter 7 verse 3, why do you see the speck that's in your brother's eye, but don't consider the beam that is in your own eye? That is, walk your talk. If you think you can do it so well, you should be able to do it at home. When the aircraft loses pressure, you put your mask on first. In order to help others, you have to first help yourself. We're all connected. As the late and great spiritual teacher Thich Nhat Hanh put it, we're all leaves of one tree. We are all waves of one sea. You help others by helping yourself, by having integrity. And then your success and your integrity becomes obvious, and people will respect that, and they'll let you help them. Thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject, and I'd like to invite you to join me. It helps me a lot if you let others know about my videos, so please like, share, and subscribe. If I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out through email, my website, or my Patreon channel. Stay well and stay safe.